Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Once I rose above the noise and confusion, just to get a glimpse beyond this illusion. I was soaring ever higher, but I flew too high. Though my eyes could see, I still was a blind man. Though my mind could think, I still was a madman. I hear the voices when I'm dreaming. I can hear them say, carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Masquerading as a man with a reason. My charade is the event of the season. And if I claim to be a wise man, it surely means that I don't know. On a stormy sea of moving emotion, tossed about I'm like a ship on the ocean. I set a course for winds of fortune, but I hear the voices say, carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. No! can slip away from us so quickly. Don't be unkind, I'm not complaining. I only feel it needs explaining. And though I've said it all before, I'll say it once again. Everyone needs something to believe in. So turn around, it's on the other side. Feel the sound, it's coming from deep inside. It will fill you with emotion if you let it be your guide. So turn around, it's on the other side. I'm waiting for the day to end, another to begin. Somehow I've forgotten what it stood for. I look into your face and see the searching in your eyes. I will be your servant till the end. The music plays, and for a moment I feel that all these days are so fulfilling. And though I've said all before, I'll say it once again. Everyone needs something to believe in. So turn around, it's on the other side. Feel the sound, it's coming from deep inside. It will fill you with emotion if you let it be your guide. So turn around, it's on the other side. Desperation shows its ugly face in many ways. No one can escape the times we live in. The answers are so simple, and we all know where to look. It's easier just to avoid the question. And if I seem too inconclusive, it's just because it's so elusive. And though I've said it all before, I'll say it once again. Everyone needs something to believe in. So turn around, it's on the other side. Feel the sound, it's coming from deep inside. It will fill you with emotion. When I'm needing a friend, I can talk to the wind. God, I sure am glad that I found him. Sometimes he seems to be the only one beside me who can feel the Lord's breath all around him. Winter's cold frozen ice, or a bright autumn day, on a warm summer night, you can hear him say, cry for me, sigh for me, sad my breezes flow. Stay for me, play for me, the song my friends will know. My lonely wind must blow. Mighty friend that is mine, can you give me a sign? He'll leave nothing but only to hear him. I've seen the tall trees bend low when his mighty winds blow, and that's all the more reason I fear him. Hear him call for the youth lonely, I can feel his great pain. But on the eve of this day, I'll join in his refrain. Cry for me, sigh for me, sad my breezes blow. Stay for me, play for me, the song my friends will know. My lonely wind must blow. When I'm needing a friend, I'll remember the wind. My life here with the breezes of sorrow. I'll be leaving him soon, 'cause I've got to make room for the lonely that will find him tomorrow. On a black stormy night, in your bosom I'll play, and I'll know I've found love, and the last song will sing. Cry for me, sigh for me, sad my breezes blow. Stay for me, pray for me, the song my friends will know. My lonely wind, my lonely wind, my lonely wind must blow. Yeah. still enjoy it, where innocence plays with all the laughing children, the kind who are crying right now. A taste of freedom from the pain of everything here I see. Life is sweet, but I took it all for granted, and now I don't know if I can ever tell you just what we permit, we allow. Allow me to forget the life I've made my own. I've held this nation in my hand, and yet it's not my home. Oh, allow me just one answer and one reason why this refugee of the family of man must die. Tell me why. It's occupied by none. I'll draw the drapes, now destiny is done. the sun. Life has only just begun. We wed this land and pledged our souls to meet its end. Life has only just begun. Here my people roam the earth, in the kingdom of our birth, where the dust of all our horses hides the sun. We are mighty on the earth, on the earth. You have come to move me, take me from my ancient home, land of my fathers, I can't leave you now. We will share it with you, no man owns this earth we're on. Now shall pass away. For our freedom we must pay. All our words and deeds are carried on the wind. In the ground our bodies lay. Here we'll stay. Run a silent path to nowhere, everything is on. You could have a pleasant life if summer had no fall. Treat yourself so gently, though the task is often hard. A man is not a god, it seems, who holds the final card. Close your eyes and feel the darkness, speak and hear the sound. We only catch a glimpse of all the life that is around. The man is not alive who knows the value of his soul. And when our lives are pulled away, there's more to fill the hole. I wonder why you think if all the changes didn't come. in the wind.
Everything is dust in the wind.
Everything is dust in the wind.
So much to say, and yet I cannot speak. Come and do my bidding now, for I have grown too weak. My weary eyes have seen all that life can give. Come to me, oh young one, for you I can forgive. I stood where no man goes, and conquered demon foes. With glory and passion, no longer in fashion, the hero breaks his blade, cast the shadow long, that I may hide my face. And in this cloak of darkness, the world I will embrace. In all that I endure, of one thing I am sure, knowledge and reason change like the season, a jester's promenade. Lying at my feet, I see the offering you bring. The mark of pain is on our faces, the born of suffering. Oh, I long to hear you say it's not been long. I stand before you now, a riddle in my soul. The answer is that sweet refrain, unheard it always will remain. Beyond our reach, beyond our gain. Trapped in life's parade, a king without a crown. In this joy of madness, my smile might seem a frown. With talons wrought of steel, I tore the heart of doom. And in one gleaming moment, I saw beyond the tomb. I stood where no man goes, above the dead I rose. Life is amusing, though we are losing, drowned in tears of awe.
'cause rocking and rolling, it's only howling at the moon. It's only howling